What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Dripping Creativity Podcast. I am your host, Chris Corvan, and today we are talking about one of Canada's biggest literary gatherings, When Words Collide, happening August 14th to 16th, 2026 at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Calgary. When Words Collide is not your usual polite little book festival where every genre stays neatly in the corner. This is a full multi-genre collision. You got everything from romance, science fiction, fantasy, horror, mystery, poetry, all of it crammed together into one, and at least one hallway conversation that is going to change someone's entire writing life. This year's festival features more than 150 presenters and more than 170 events, including masterclasses, panels, pitch opportunities, blue pencil sessions, live action slush, social events, and special programming with Kevin McDonald of the Kids in the Hall and fantasy icon Terry Brooks, who will be joining virtually, and myself. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be moderating two panels and hosting my own seminar. Very excited for that. But before we get there, we have three amazing people joining me on the call. We have Randy McCharles, is the founder and one of the key forces behind the festival's original rise. He is also an award-winning speculative fiction and crime fiction author and a major figure in Calgary's writing community. Robin Van Eck is the executive director of the Alexandra Writers Center Society, the organization that is now helping give When Words Collide a stable home and a year-round literary infrastructure. And Nicole Zylstra is the festival director for When Words Collide 2026. Nicole brings more than 2 decades of experience in Calgary's creative and performing arts scene as a playwright, performer, improviser, director, arts educator, and communications professional. She also teaches public speaking and a whole bunch of other stuff. That is the longest intro I have ever done. Thank you, the three of you, for joining me. How are we all doing today?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, that was a great intro.
Great to be here.
Okay, overheating now.
That
right,
intro of When Words Collide itself made me want to go.
Right?
Yeah, that's the point. It's like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no, I have to get involved in this somehow. This is just too amazing. So let's actually just kind of roll right into this. For listeners and people watching who have never attended, how would you describe When Words Collide in 1 or 2 sentences? Robin, we're going to start with you.
Energetic. Of course, that's only one word, but I think the energy that thrives at When Words Collide is unparalleled to anything I have ever experienced. The way that everybody kind of connects, it doesn't matter what genre you're writing, you feel welcome, you feel safe, you feel like you can express yourself in whatever way you want to. And I think, Randy really helped set that, built that foundation. And we've just kind of went with it because it was something that was always there. So
because Robin said it's energetic, we always get great feedback after the festival. And one person wrote, it was their first time, and they were like, it was sort of like the Hunger Games until I got used to it.
You know what? I love that. That honestly should be on a banner somewhere. That would bring a lot of people in.
Right? I think it just means that there's a lot going on, right? So until you kind of get your bearings, it can seem maybe a little overwhelming at first, but the energy is palpable and the community is palpable. It's a very welcoming environment.
Okay, so let's actually start this next one off with Randy here. When Words Collide is known for being multi-genre instead of separating literary fiction, romance, science, etc. Why has that kind of mixture always mattered?
Well, I started off as a speculative fiction writer attending Calgary's local speculative fiction convention. But I also attended lots of conventions all across Canada and in the US as well. And when the local sci-fi convention ended, I and some friends sat around in the green room at the hotel going, well, what do we do now? Our annual get-together is gone. And so we kind of discussed starting something up on our own. And I had already been involved in helping with the local convention and also bringing in a World Fantasy Convention and a Norwestcon convention, which is Northwest Continental America. And I suggested that maybe we shouldn't do another science fiction convention. We'd had one forever, and instead try to do a convention for everybody. And the only convention for everybody I'd ever attended was the S3E4 International Writers Conference. But it was for writers, not so much for readers. And we wanted to be able to draw in readers who also would have somewhere to go and meet authors and other readers, and also maybe some of their favorite writers. And so we kind of discussed, well, we got all these writers groups in Calgary. We got romance writers, we got crime writers. Let's go out and talk to them and see if they would be interested in a buffet style festival. And they were. And so we tried it out that first year in 2011, hoping to get 250 people out. Now that's a small number, but the science fiction convention was having trouble getting 300 people out. So it was kind of the same size as we'd been used to. So we picked a small hotel near the university and said, hey, let's see if we can't get 250 people out. And we got 280. So it worked well. But those 280 people said they'd never seen anything like it before and would be back with their friends. And so we kind of grew every year. We had to change hotels twice to a larger venue. And within 5 years, we had to cap attendance because we didn't want to get too big, because then it would you wouldn't be able to talk to everybody. And we wanted just a place where people can get together, make new friends, know each other, and come back every year, as well as some additional new people for the first time. And so we ran that way till COVID hit, and that was 10 years. And then we went online for 3 years during COVID and reached an even larger audience all over the world, because anybody could just sign in and join the festival. But we all missed the in-person experience. So after COVID ended, we went back to you have to attend the festival type thing. And it continues to be well attended, and people enjoy being exposed to genres or styles of writing they may not have really gotten into before. I myself started writing crime fiction because of When Words Collide. I really enjoyed crime. One of my fantasy stories had a strong crime element to it, and crime readers said, hey, write more crime. So it has really, really worked out well. I enjoy going every year and meeting people that are doing everything under the sun, whether they're writing an autobiography, whether they're doing nonfiction, whether they're doing romance or horror or poetry. I enjoy it all. And so that's kind of the audience that I was targeting, and that's the audience we reached.
No, like I said, he built that foundation, and and that was something that even when we decided to take it over, we were very adamant that that needed to remain, because I too, like, running an organization that is supposed to be multi-genre as well. Like, the festival has to fit that, and there's no genre that's better than the other. So let's just bring everyone together. We're all writers. We're all doing the same thing. It's all hard, no matter what you're writing. So, let's go for it. So, and have fun. I think that's the key, is to still have fun. So,
originally, I was just a person who wanted to make films that were horror based. That was what my focus was. And then after, starting this podcast, just building my community and meeting some amazing people, it's like, oh, all right, well, I'll throw something together. And then from there, it's like, you know what, let's try a nice romance novel. Sure, why not? And then it was sci-fi. Sure, let's do it. And it's having a collective of different people who enjoy different things that you're finding connection with is a great way to expand your own toolbox and the things that you enjoy doing. Like, one of the things that I've noticed is Comedy people are fantastic at horror, as we've seen with various movies and all of that, and vice versa. And it's like horror people are actually extremely good at doing romance because it's all connection with emotion, right? You're drawing emotion out of the reader. Horror people are amazing at doing that. So just flip that from scaring people into making them fall in love. Boom, done. There you go. It's
and
so
then we murder
them. Well, you know what? You can have both. It's fine. Moving on to the next one there, we are going to throw this one over to Nicole here. What makes WWC different from a more traditional literary festival or writers conference?
Well, funnily enough, I think y'all have answered this one quite quite successfully already. I mean, from the ground up, it's like it's got a real community feel because it was started by a community, right? And that sort of thread has come all the way through. So I think that's different. So many people either know each other when they come to the festival or they develop a community super duper fast. And I think that's also partially because of how many different types of events we have as well. So, as you mentioned, we have, these blue pencil sessions where people can get critiques on their work. We have like pitch sessions where you can try to pitch in front of an agent. We've got different kinds of entertainment elements. We have a games room, for heaven's sakes, where there's like tabletop role-playing games. We've got like a Goblin Casino, quote, not a real casino, just kind of a fun room with analog games. We've got a big showcase event. We've got open mic events. So all the different types of events really help to build that feeling of community and feeling of fun, which can be different from some other festivals. And I think Randy said this also, or Rob, one of you said this, maybe it was you, Chris, actually just now, that because there's so many different genres, actually it was Robin, no one genre is better than the other, right? There's a real democratization of things here. I think when you go to different types of literary festivals, they have their specific focus, and I think that can feel like a bit it's its own little bubble, right? So we hear, again, it's when words collide. So we have all these bubbles colliding with each other and producing all these great results. Robin and I went to a conference back in November for the Canadian Association of Literary Festivals, and what was really interesting for us, it was our first time at this conference, and to hear all the other, there's some amazing literary festivals across Canada, by the way, y'all, like, get to know them all. But one of the sessions that we were all sort of roundtabling and speaking together on was how to make them more dynamic. How do we make our literary festival more dynamic? How do you go beyond author readings? And I'm like, well, When Words Collide has been doing that since 2011. So I think that is one of the things that makes us different. It's that kind of like weird, wild, again, Hunger Games kind of like crazy collision of different types of creativity. And that's what makes us different. It's for writers, readers, and fans, and it is a collision of all these genres, and it really creates a wonderful sense of community.
It's the rock festival.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like classical festivals are wonderful, but our kind of vibe is definitely more, rock concert, folk fest. I don't know.
Anyone else want to touch on that before we move on?
I think too, like we have, whether like if we have panels for people who are learning, like we have stuff for people who are a little bit more experienced. We have, just very specific author readings. So, I mean, it is like literally like, the learning, the community, the sport, like everything is there. And no matter what level you're at in your own writing journey, there's going to be something that you are going to be able to embrace and enjoy. And
that's right. Everyone is welcome at all levels. Yeah. We just want people to write and enjoy writing and enjoy writers.
There's a very, very strong social aspect at the festival.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other conventions and whatnot, it's more like a classroom. Whereas When Words Collide is very, very strong socially. People come out and they meet people with like interests. They discover new authors. They discover other events going on that they didn't hear about, and they really feel like they've come home because of all the social stuff that goes on.
It's a great energy walking around. So again, I'm fairly new in this role. So last year was my first year in this role. So for me, experiencing When Words Collide from that aspect was amazing to walk around, a hotel and see all these like clusters of people talking about writing, talking about things that they've seen, getting excited about things. So yeah, like Randy says, it's that social aspect that really permeates everything.
We also have an art show. Yeah. I mean, like, people displaying their art. So it's not even just about writing. Like, it's about whatever interests you artistically. Like, we have jewelry makers, we have painters, we have sculptors, we have, like, you name it. Like, there's because I think what we also realize is writers usually always have some other kind of artistic thing in the background that they're doing. So we wanted to also give an opportunity for people to showcase that. And Randy had like the former team had like started this hidden art show, which I always thought was like such a cool idea, but nobody could ever find it because it was hidden. So we actually decided, you know what, we're going to bring it kind of a little bit more central so people can see it. We did it one year as a hidden art show, but we had signs everywhere so people could find it.
Well, to be fair, it was hidden because it was the only event on the second floor.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was the only empty room that they could put it in. So, but yeah, and now it is completely front and center this year. Like, you won't be able to miss it. You couldn't miss it last year either. You had to walk through it to get to the merchant room. So, but yeah, even more space this year.
As someone who has done a lot of ARG puzzle elements and things like that online, I kind of like that idea of a hidden thing where it's like, you know what? Everyone in the festival, here's a puzzle for you to solve while you're here. Enjoy. Yeah. But all of that actually kind of flows really nicely into the next question there, Robin, which is the festival brings together readers, writers, publishers, agents, presenters, and fans. And artists, apparently. How do you design an event that kind of serves all those groups without losing the identity of what you were trying to do?
There's a lot of hopes and dreams. I think the key is that our committee is made up of people who represent every one of these communities, so that we make sure that we are hearing what everybody wants. And, and everybody, like we've already said a million times, but whether you're a romance writer and you want something very specific, like, we're going to try and bring that in. And even our special guests that we try to, there's always one genre that's probably focused on a little bit more than another. But I think that often happens just depending on who the special guests happen to be or what the pitches happen to be. So we're very cognizant of that. And when we're planning, like, we're trying to keep it as broad as possible. So that our special guests represent each one of these communities. Sometimes we have a little bit too much duplication, and so we might have too much horror one year, but then like the following year we might offset that with, a little more science fiction or a little more this, a little more that. So like it's all a balancing act, and it's all about like what people want. Like we always listen to the community. So whatever the feedback is, we take the feedback very seriously. And this is what we've always done with the Alexandra Writer Center as well. We don't plan what we think you want. We plan what you've told us you want. Right. And so, and I think that's key. Like, so you're making this a festival that it really is for the people because it's what they've told you they wanted. So.
Yeah. One year Brandon Sanderson was a guest, and he's a big Magic card game guy. So we had an evening where you could play Magic with Brandon Sanderson. I mean, you use what's there, right? Our speakers, they have their hobbies too,
And they have great ideas sometimes.
Yeah, if they want to share it at the festival, that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
That's just damn cool. I don't know. I really like that. Actually, Randy, we're going to stay right on you here. What do you think people most misunderstand about the conference before they attend for the first time?
So I've always tried to talk to first-time attendees, and there's two main things. One is the reason they're there is because a friend said you have to go. And so they have no preconception. They just go, my friend said I got to come, so I'm here. And they're just kind of wide-eyed and looking around going, what do I do? Because there's 10 things going on at once. And so they're kind of in shock. And usually I'm talking to them after we're over and they're leaving, and they're saying, there were so many things here I wanted to do, but I couldn't do them all. So now I got to come back next year. So that's the one group. The other group is they've attended their local conference a lot, and they expect this to be the same. And a lot of other conventions are primarily trade shows. They're mostly booksellers with a little bit of programming on the side. And what shocked them is we are events with vendors on the side. The trade show is small compared to everything else going on. And so they come thinking, it's a weekend long, but I'll only come for half a day because it's a trade show. And then they realize it's not a trade show. We had people that came in saying, well, I've got something planned for Saturday and Sunday, but I'm canceling that and I'm staying here. So those are the main two type of people. Either they've gone to other conventions or festivals and think this is the same, or they haven't been to anything and just, it's a whole new world for them.
I think some people come into it and they're like, okay, I'm going to see this, and I'm going to see this, and I'm going to see this, and I'm going to see that. Like, they just think that they're going to see everything. They realize really quickly that you cannot see everything. But I think that's the fun of it, right? Because you have to pick and choose what you want to go to. Sometimes there's a mad dash for like a particular event, like just because you really want to see it, and you just hope that you're in line first. Of course, this year we really tried to make sure our rooms are bigger so that we can fit more people, and we don't have that issue. But I think that adds to the energy and the excitement too, right? Because there's so much to choose from, but there's always something to do. And then even if you don't want to go to something and you want to just go out and eat or hang out in the restaurant or find a corner and do some writing, there's also the opportunity to do that. So, and I think with this new venue in downtown Calgary, there's so much to do, along that strip of downtown Calgary. I think you're not going to be bored.
And to build on what Robin and Randy have been saying too, I have a theatrical background, so the thing that I could compare it to also is like the Fringe Festival. So it's like a little bit of everything. So even because you just pay your festival fee and then you can see, again, over 150 different events, it's easy to take a risk on something that maybe you wouldn't have paid for upfront for that individual thing. But why not? While you're here, you go step into a panel or a lecture or workshop that you don't know anything about. And that's a great way to discover new favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, and even just looking over the schedule. So for all those listening here, because this will be up a good solid month and a half away from the actual festival itself, the lineup is stacked. If you go and check the schedule for the 3 days, it's insane how much stuff is crammed into there. It's kind of freaky. What I do like about the scheduling system, just to get technical for a second there, is you could have people that say, oh, I really want to go to this festival. So you can kind of see how many people are interested in your specific thing right there. I really like that function. It's very nice as somebody that has a seminar and it's like, oh, people actually want to come see it. That's good to know. I like that. Anyways, sidetrack. You know what? I haven't sidetracked nearly enough this episode. It's kind of weird for me. I think it's because there's three of you. I feel intimidated. That's really what's happening.
Right. We are the three most least intimidating people. Well, except Randy.
Sure.
Randy's scary.
Yeah.
Let's don't let the hair fool you. I'm not intimidating.
Let's let's look at the artist resume and then talk about intimidating. All right. Anyways, moving
Gandalf energy into the room.
There you go. Nicole here. We're going to start with you. When Words Collide has a reputation for being both professional and playful with things like live action, slush, social events, and the Goblin Casino. Why does that sense of play matter in a serious literary space?
Well, who says literary spaces have to be serious all the time, right?
Everyone. It's got to be high class. It's all high tea all the time. Everyone knows this.
Well, this is exactly what we're just talking about, like being intimidating. Like, we are the least intimidating literary festival that you will go to, right? Again, it's that democratization of genres and experience levels, and everybody is super duper welcome. And as we keep saying, that sense of community and the social aspects really help to make people feel comfortable at home. So why do we make it fun? Because play is a great catalyst for creativity, right? If you are playing, then you are more willing to take risks. You're more open to experience, and all those things contribute to your journey as a writer, for instance, if you are a writer, but also, again, your experience of the whole festival, right? If you can be more open-minded, you're going to get more out of everything. And play is one way that we opens people up to creativity, and also, again, helps to build community. There's lots of research studies that show that 15 minutes of playing together puts people on the same team, right? Like you immediately welcome someone into your tribe, essentially. So that's what happens when Words Collide. You meet people from different backgrounds, different experiences, and then you go to, for instance, Randy's open mic on Friday night, and suddenly you've got new friends, right? You've got a new community. So that's why it's important. It's super important to be playful, and if you're trying to support creativity, right? If you are too serious, people judge themselves, and we want to get people over those humps, right? Just be open to experience and go out there and try it. If you've never written anything before, but you'd like to, this is a great place to start.
Also, you absorb more if you're relaxed.
Yes.
If you're stressed out, you're not going to keep it with you. The more relaxed you are, the more you're going to absorb it, and you're going to remember it a year later. And a lot of the fun stuff is kind of literary oriented. And so you still are.
Oh no. We lost the tail end of that one. You froze halfway through.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying that is you're still learning stuff, but you're having fun learning it. It's just not a serious way of learning.
Well, and in fact, to back you up, Randy, again, there's tons of science, if you look into it, research about how learning something through play, you learn it way, way faster than any other way. Like, you might take 100 repetitions to learn something a more structured way, and if you learn it through play, it takes 7 repetitions. Don't quote me on that exactly, but it's something like that.
And that's why we have a casino.
I think also, as writers or as artists, sometimes we take ourselves way too seriously the rest of the year. So it's really nice to be able to have an opportunity where we can just kind of relax and let loose and, let things fall where they want to, right? And realize that we don't have to take ourselves so seriously all the time. And and also if you're in that stage of oh my God, I can't write anymore, or I've been so head down in this project, or I'm so frustrated about marketing lately, or whatever, right? You're gonna meet someone who is dealing with the exact same issues, and you're gonna be able to put your heads together and find some solution, right?
If there's one thing I've learned after having interviewed probably close to about 100 authors at this point, is you have a big split in the personality types of the ones that are extremely overly serious about everything they discuss, and it's about technique and form, and it's usually sci-fi people.
Sad.
That's kind of weird.
Well, they
It
got to
is.
get the technology right.
You know what? It's true. But then you have the other half who are like me, and it's like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm just having fun. But
Yeah.
all right, moving from that, we're going to talk about some of the major highlights people should know about this year. We're going to start with Robin. What do we got?
Unmissable.
Unmissable. Oh, well, everything. Like, come on. Well, I think the biggest highlight is Kevin McDonald, Kids in the Hall. Amazing sketch comedy. So, I mean, and that's such a new genre for us to like try to bring into the festival, right? Writing sketch and doing stand-up stuff. So, there's a showcase event. There's a master class that Kevin McDonald is doing, plus I think a couple of other sessions that he might be doing.
Oh yeah.
The showcase event is going to be spectacular. Kevin McDonald, superstar. If anyone's
Rock opera based on a ill-fated night in New York.
so, super fun. Oh, what else is there? Oh my God, Nicole! Like, there's so much.
Well,
Some great guests like Amanda LeDuc and Danny Ramadan and Andrew Buckley, and I can't even remember half of them.
Gemma Files.
Files.
You're right. Ooh, books with hooks. That's a big highlight.
Oh yes, the shit no one tells you about writing, the podcast, like super popular. So that we're super excited to have all three, like Bianca Murray and Cece Lyra and Carly Waters. So like that's going to be super exciting, and they've really been pumping up the festival as well. We keep getting people talking about it. So
Someone coming from Austria just because they heard us on.
can
Actually,
you do that,
so-
Chris?
Whatever you guys need, I'm down. There's actually one thing that actually comes up quite frequently with the people that I talk to. Is the difference between going the trad route or going indie, especially right now. It's a big debate. We can get into that later. But when it comes to an event like this where you actually have agents and things like that, like what is kind of the process and even getting to sit down with an agent to talk with them for a second when it comes to When Words Collide?
Well, it depends. We do have pitch sessions that people can sign up for where they sit in a room one-on-one and they get to do their pitch and get feedback. But there's blue pencils where they get editing critiques, but also again, the way we've designed the schedule this year, we have a little bit more breathing room between sessions. So like everyone is pretty accessible. If you go to a session, you can go up to the presenter and ask questions afterwards as well. So we have our, agents and publishers doing events all the way through the festival. So they're going to be fairly accessible, and you'll get to see them in different kinds of environments too. They're not as, behind glass as they might be in some other environments. Please don't crowd them. Corner them, but you will have, again.
You might be sitting in the bar or something, and you happen to be sitting next to one of the agents, and you just chat them up. Like, you just don't know. Like, it's very casual that way. So,
in terms of more unmissable events, I got to mention, we're going to have like a silent auction. And one of the items in our silent auction is a trip to Cafe Bino with Kevin McDonald. It's a coffee in a car with Kevin. So that is definitely...
Think about like carpool karaoke without the singing.
Yeah.
So.
Carpool Kevinoki. So
Carpool poetry. I wonder if we can make that a thing.
So things like that. We
have
Kit Dobson is going to give a lecture on banned books. He did a very popular session recently that the Alexandra Center helped to present. So we're excited to have him. So we have our highlight people, but then we also we have all of our presenters have, again, amazing backgrounds and experience. So there's, again, so many things you don't want to miss. Noir at the Bar, I'm sort of an annual favorite as well. We have some free events this year, which is new for us. So those are a great way to kind of get your feet wet. I love what Randy said earlier about buffet style festival. It's like the film of literary festivals.
Any last thing you want to throw in there, Randy?
No, I'm just actually overwhelmed by the answer because there is so much to do.
It's
and
insane.
You cannot do it all. You just can't.
Well, it really boils down to going to the website there, looking at the schedule, and planning out your thing. Like when I mentioned the ability to say you're going to attend this, that's really helping you plan your day out, because at any given moment, there's so much going on. Like I've got it pulled up on my other screen here, and it's like every section is just packed with colors and things to do, and it's like, okay, well, I can't do any of that. Okay, that's fine. All right.
But you know what's also fun, and I've seen this. Like, people will plan out their schedule and they'll go to all these things, and then they're like, they'll be like, oh, I really want to do this, and then they're like, you know what? But I haven't eaten yet, so maybe I should go have some dinner instead, right? And then they just end up connecting with other people in like a completely different way. So
you need hallway hot dog people.
Like street,
like $1 million idea right there for hot dog
There'll be a
people.
lot of food around this year, so lot of access to meal options. So
honestly, and that all of that just kind of answered the next question there, which was, with everything happening, how is a first-time attendee supposed to approach the weekend without getting overwhelmed? I think we kind of covered that. You can't.
You can't.
Well, just to add to that, there is an online schedule. And what I do is I go every hour, what's the number one thing I want to do? And I'll actually mark it down. I'll make a list, the whole thing. If there are no gaps in it for things like eating, going to the art show, visiting the vendor tables, I then have to say, well, what am I willing to sacrifice? And schedule those in. So now I've got my whole weekend planned. And then, like any plan, it's going to fall apart the minute you start. And so I will miss half of what's in my plan. You just have to accept it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
That you're going to miss stuff you thought you'd see. But the good thing is you can go again next year.
and
start all over again.
Yeah.
And which room is the nap room? Like, where is it? You got carts, cots laid out?
Well, we actually, okay, a couple of things. Like, one, we do have a quiet writing room this year. So, which is a place that people can go. If you get inspired and you've got to take some notes, you got to go. So we've got a place set aside where people can do that. Calm lighting, sit down. And we also have some self-serve rooms available that writing groups can book together if they want to spend some time together. And then, there's lots of places to sort of stay quiet when you need to get away.
I think ultimately just give yourself some breathing space too, right? And recognize you're not going to be able to see everything. Like, you just won't. You're going to try, but you just won't. Something else will come up. You'll meet some new friend, and now they're going to want to go out and, have a beverage or something. And then you'll go out and do that instead. And that's totally okay. So, yeah.
Oh, I know what I wanted to add. There's the games room. We call it the games room, but that's also just kind of designed for people to go and chill out and have kind of a calmer energy as well. We have a lot of neurodivergent folks who come to our festival, so we need places where everyone can feel comfortable. Yeah, I think, yeah. Mm.
So a lot of people book a room at the hotel, and they will go nap in their hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
And some people that know they need a nap will book a hotel room because they know it's going to happen. I'm going to get burned out. I'm going to have to lie down. So I'm having a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I live like 10 minutes away, and I'm thinking about renting a hotel room as it is.
Fun.
It is nice to have like a little staycation, even if you live in the city, right? Like, just go downtown and, leave your car at home, take transit, and just stay for the weekend, right?
That's the other great thing about
nice,
the venue
right?
this year is that it's right on the C train line. The Hyatt is right on the C train.
It's a fantastic place. Lots of stuff happening around the area. Stephen Ave at night is always an interesting experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The Calgary Tower is like super
the
close.
Calgary Tower. Tons of stuff to do in Calgary, but you don't have time because you're going to be exhausted after the festival. So, all right. What kind of career-changing or community-building moments do you kind of hope happen in the hallways and the lounges and the informal spaces between the scheduled events? Robin?
You know, community building is at the core of everything we do. I always just hope that people, you know, form some new connections or even develop stronger connections. Like maybe you've been in the past and, you know, and there's someone you met there and you see them again, but you haven't seen them all year and you reconnect with them, right? So, yeah, I hope that people meet lots of new and fun friends and writing colleagues. I hope that people learn something new that they can take away and use in their own writing journey. If you're having marketing trouble, like I hope people get agents. Like, come on, like, who doesn't want an agent, right? But if you also need support in self-publishing, like, you know, you will meet people there who can help you, right? And I think that's how we're successful. We have to rely on other people. We can't do it all alone. As much as we think writers, you know, such a solitary thing, like you need a support system, and that's what When Words Collide will do.
Yeah, and there've been lots of people, I believe, Robin and Randy, you can back me up on this, that have, you know, met people at the festival and then been able to complete a book or made connections with an agent, met a publisher, and have actually made strides in their careers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people get their first novel published through learning and contact making at When Words Collide. A lot of first novels coming out. One of our committee members became an agent through networking at the festival. But I think the big thing is there's a lot of writers groups and clubs in town, and attendees will find out about them and join them. The science fiction fantasy writers group, IFWA, before the festival, we had 30 members, and within a few years, we had 70 members. So yeah, networking is huge. Go to the festival, learn stuff, but network, get to know people, get to find out what's going on. It's huge.
That's actually kind of been one of my biggest things this past year has been doing more local stuff, because everything that I have been doing the past almost 4 years now has all been mostly online. Like I did tons down in the States, over in Europe, all of that stuff. It's like, yeah, but I don't really do anything in Calgary, so it's like I need to build up those, and it's one of those things I've been trying to pass along to a lot of the other indie writers that I talk to, where it's like, you know, oh, we got to do social media. I'm like, no, it's not that important. What's important is building your local brand. Like get that local connection going, get in with the local indie bookshops, like build out from there, because word will carry. But if you don't have a strong base, the social media stuff isn't going to do much, unless you have, you know, 10,000 plus followers, which most indie writers don't. So let's actually just kind of, I know we wanted to discuss sponsorships and things like that. Let's kind of wrap up on that before we get to the lightning round.
When Words Collide could not happen without the support of some really important groups, right, Robin?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Calgary Arts Development has always been a huge supporter. Alberta Foundation for the Arts. Those are like our main funders. Who else? Owl's Nest Books has been an amazing supporter of the festival for years, and they're probably one of our favorite independent bookshops in the city. But we have so many of them as well. So, you know, this year we're really excited to have Nocturne Books join us, which is a brand new horror bookstore in Calgary. So that's super fun. A lot of who else? Scott Saxberg from Cash Island Resources. He's always a great supporter. Also a really good writer with his own books out there.
Tourism Calgary.
Sorry? Tourism Calgary this year. Like, yeah. Really excited to have partnered with them. Oh my gosh, we have so many. Soulless Energy.
Shadow Paul, Sisters in Crime, like Jamie Banks. We've got Freeze and
Editing
Press.
service, Freeze and Press. Yeah, like so many supporters. We're really thrilled to have so many people behind us. I remember what I was going to say earlier. Alberta has an amazing literary art scene and an art scene in general, and I think those of us who live here should be really proud of that fact, and that we have a community that is actually rivaled across the country. Like, people are just so shocked when they come to Alberta and they realize what we have. And I think more specifically in Calgary, I'm not sure it's as strong in Edmonton, but we have such an amazing arts community, and so it should be celebrated all the time. So yes, start doing more stuff in Calgary. That's what I want to say.
And just to throw it out there, based on there's still time to go, is there spots for other people to sponsor?
Oh, we'll never turn anyone down.
Because we have so much programming. Yeah, you can come and sponsor a session. Like, have a look at our schedule, and if you want your name on a particular event, come and talk to us. We also have like a beautiful full color brochure this year. You could buy an ad in our brochure, and that gets in front of all of our people at the festival and online.
I encourage groups in Calgary to get involved. Sponsor the festival, but also participate in the festival.
Yes.
Hold some of your activities there. Get the word out about yourself among your peers. That's a great way to actually build your own group while participating in a larger Calgary group.
We are like, in some ways, like the largest, best kept secret in Calgary, right? And maybe in Canada, because it is such a huge festival, but so much of it is grassroots. It's like, we haven't had a huge need to kind of crow about ourselves because we have this like built-in community, but we do want to raise the profile. We do want more people to know about us. So,
like, we're really trying to introduce more Canadian authors to the world, right? Like, so we are trying to bring people from all across the country here, and and occasionally some people up from the States, but so I think just like we're trying to reach out to some publishers to say, hey, let us know if you have authors that have books coming out that we might want to invite as special guests, and so that's kind of the best we can do, just constantly sending out press releases and reaching out to those people and say, here's another publicity opportunity for your writers.
And we, as part of this Canadian Association of Literary Festivals, we are now sort of connected with more publishers directly as well. So,
all right. So that pretty much covers everything. We've been talking about When Words Collide for like almost an hour now. So we're going to get into some fun that's still kind of related. And we're going to go from there. All right. So from each of you, we're going to start with Robin, then we're going to go to Randy, and then we're going to go to Nicole. In 5 words, sell me When Words Collide. Why should I come in 5 words?
The best literary festival. Sorry, more words in the country. Sorry, it's more than
Compressing that one. We're writers, people. We can do that shit.
Yeah. Not good at editing my content.
Amen. Randy.
Best event of the year.
That's 5. We're good.
Oh, he nailed
Nicole.
it.
That's
He
good.
knows how to follow
No, I
instructions.
was going to say best. Not going to come up with a different word. Best writer, reader, fan, community.
All right. That absolutely works right there. Oh, Jesus. Everything lightning round throws everything off. You know what? Just because I brought it up earlier, I really want to know, are you a trad or are you an indie publisher? Which do you prefer? Let's start with Nicole.
What? I don't understand the question.
Traditional publishing or indie publishing? Which is better?
Which is better? Oh, gosh.
Yeah. We're a line in the sand here. You're going to make some enemies on this one.
Oh, you're going to find out that I am like all gray area. I really think it depends on the context. And in fact, we have presentations at When Words Collide that are just about that. Pathways to publication, whether based on where you are in the market, where you are in the journey. You may want to go after a traditional kind of arrangement. An indie setup may serve you best, or a hybrid publication. So yeah, I think come to When Words Collide and come to some panel discussions to find out which would suit you best. I think it's not a one answer solution.
Very political. Anyone else want to chime in?
Yeah, I've done both, so I'm kind of hybrid. But what I've learned is if you're a do-it-yourself person, go indie. If you just want to write, go traditional. And throughout your life, that may change. You may start one way and end another way. There's pros and cons to both.
Or you might do both. You might do both, right?
I do both. Yes, I do both.
Actually, one of our guests I'm really excited about, Craig DeLuey. Like his horror novels are published traditionally with Hachette, but he also self-publishes a completely different genre of book, and it completely works for him, right? I will answer your question. I agree. There isn't one that's better than another. I think it is a very individual choice. For me personally, I prefer traditional. I am not. I need someone to tell me my book is good. Like I can't just like put it all together and like put it out there and hope for the best. Like I need that gatekeeper, I guess. But that's a very personal thing for me. And yeah, but I mean, if you're a marketer and you can sell yourself, by all means, like go indie, do it yourself, do it all, have complete control. I don't want that control. I am not a good salesperson. So for myself,
God, I hate marketing so much. It's so time consuming. I don't have time for it.
But you know what? No matter what way you go, you're going to have to market yourself to some degree. So it's really about how much of it you want to do.
I totally understand the question now. Sorry. Yes. If it was me, indie publishing, because I like the autonomy. I get.
I prefer indie publishing, but granted, I'm an indie publisher. It's kind of my bag. But the big thing about the traditional side, just on a technical side, is you do have more support in a traditional thing when it comes to the marketing and the eyes you can reach. Like doing all of the back end stuff yourself, even with someone like me helping you, is extremely difficult because most times you're dealing shoestring, bootstrap things and you don't have the money to put into it, whereas traditional publishing does. But traditional publishing generally takes a lot longer to get into, way more difficult. If you got patience, trad, go for it, have fun.
Absolutely. But I also think there is, like, people get a little bit confused in that traditional publishing does not mean you need an agent to get published. Traditional publishing means that you have submitted your manuscript to a publisher that has had to make a decision from a whole lot of other submissions to say, yes, we want to publish your book. So whether you're agented or not, if there are so many small independent presses in Canada alone that take chances on new authors all the time, and you know, it's not as hard as people think it is. You just have to be persistent, and half of publishing is being persistent. If you really want to do it, like you'll make it happen. So
okay.
Yeah.
So none of this was lightning
has
round.
the great marketing budgets, but anyway.
None of this was lightning. This was not lightning, people. Don't work with me here.
Sorry.
It's a segment. Come on. Okay. We're going to go personal here for a second. Randy, lightning round. What was the first story you ever wrote?
Long time ago. I think the first story I ever wrote was a 350,000 word fantasy novel, which I have not even tried to get out there.
Damn.
Wow.
Rough. All right. So staying with you, ready there. What is one piece of random advice that you would give a new writer that they wouldn't ever think of?
Write for yourself first.
I dig it. I dig it. And do you have any creative habits that you still go to this day that you've done for however long?
I don't revise the first draft. I try to write that first draft as quickly as possible, knowing there's errors everywhere. But chances are, if you revise something, you're going to throw it away or change it later anyway, so you just don't do it.
I have said this for so long. Just get the first draft done. Worry about everything else after. Just hit that finish line and then do all the changes you want after. That's fine. Just finish the damn book first. I love that. Love that. All right, we're moving on. Robin, you first came to AWCS as a writer. What did you need most at that stage? Lightning round.
What did I need most?
Yeah, what were you really looking for when you joined?
To learn how to write a good story.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
What is one thing people underestimate about leading an arts organization?
Whoa.
Just gotta hit you with something out of the blue where it's like, where'd that come from?
Wow. The underestimate. Oh, it's a lot of work. Like, well, I think you never do it alone, right? I think, yeah. I mean, you always have people behind you. So, yeah.
And finally, what keeps you hopeful about writers even when the industry gets weird?
Oh, wow. These are great questions. I should have asked ahead of time. Sorry.
Then it wouldn't be a lightning round.
I
It'd be a
know,
prep
like,
round.
but like, oh my God, what keeps me hopeful? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What keeps me hopeful about
Yeah.
the creativity of people? Like, I think, yeah, people have great ideas, and as long as we hold on to that innate curiosity within ourselves, we're always going to have great stories.
Beautiful, Ad. That was perfect. That was a great answer. I love that. All right, Nicole, your turn. Step out to the point. Here we go. Oh, he's ready for this one. What did theater teach you about storytelling that writers should steal immediately?
Oh, that's great. Action. Start in the middle of the action. Sometimes you don't have to do a big, huge build-up. Get right into it. Something that happens, because I have a big improv background. So in improv, what happens with junior improvisers, they get on stage and they think they know where the story has to end. So they just delay, and then the scene's over, right? But if you start at the end, where you think is the end, then you're really being creative after that, right? So I think that's...
Love it.
That's
Love
fun.
it. So good. Okay, now this is actually an extremely important one that I probably should have made a full question, but it's a lightning round one. As someone who teaches public speaking, what is the fastest way a writer can become more compelling out loud?
Oh, wow.
We can do an entire seminar on this because I have many thoughts myself, but I'll just quick lightning round, go.
Connect with your audience. It's very tempting. I see... As a teacher, I see students do this, but I also see writers do this. When you stand in front of an audience, the temptation is to sort of bury yourself in your book. But the most important thing is to make a connection with your audience. So be less concerned with perfection, put your heart into it, and make eye contact with the people who are there to connect with you. That's my one piece
And I
of
will
advice.
throw in, breathe.
Yes.
Breathing. You don't have to. A lot of times I'll go with friends who are doing a speaking and they start talking really fast and they start going over all this stuff and I just look at them and go, yo, slow down.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, right. People actually enjoy pauses when you're talking.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and also because of the way that the ear processes information, try to go slower than you would in normal like in what you would think of as normal conversation, because it takes, especially if you're reading, the written word is designed to be processed like by your eyes, right? It goes into your brain through your eyes. So if it's going in through your ears, slow down and let your audience keep up with you. Yeah.
We could literally do an entire workshop seminar on this, and I would love to, because I don't know. I was trained in theater and talking, so I'm good at it, and I have my thoughts. And yeah, we could just an entire 4-hour thing on that. Anyways, final lightning round question here. What is one thing directing taught you about managing creative chaos?
That you have to speak many different languages, right? Communicate with people in the way that they are able to understand, and that you as a leader, it's your responsibility to ensure that the message is understood, right? You're going to be communicating with different people with different backgrounds and different ways of understanding and with different ways of processing. So make sure that you are flexible enough to ensure that your message comes across cleanly so that everybody's on the same page.
Beautiful. And then we're going to give you one last chance to say anything you want to sell when words collide. Randy, we're going to start with you. At the same time, also let people know where they can find you and your work.
If you like books, go. I know so many people that read and have never been to a social event. Just go.
Awesome.
And where can people find you and your work?
RandyMcCharles.com.
Beautiful. Robin, let's swing over to you. This is your time.
Yeah, I can't really top that. Like, yeah, if you love books, if you love writing, if you want to meet people, if you just want to have a good time, come. It's guaranteed going to be a good time. If you want to know more information about the Alexandra Writers Center, it's www.alexandrawriters.org, or about myself, because I am also a published author, robinzvaneck.com. So.
And I would actually love to sit with you later and actually have an interview about Alexandra, because I think that would be awesome to really dive into that one. All right, and then Nicole, finally, we're on to you. Go ahead, sell me the conference and let people know where they can find you and your work.
I'm going to sell the conference by going back to your previous prompt, because I'm a perfectionist. In 5 words: no AI human experience. Come and connect with humans in real life. That's a big advantage that we have in this disconnected age. Come and be part of a big community. You can find When Words Collide at our website, whenwordscollide.org, or on Instagram at WWC_festival_YYC. Sorry, it's confusing, but if you just Google it, you'll find us.
And your own stuff?
I have a bazillion side hustles. So one of the things I do is I have a joint called Canadian Famous, which is like music, comedy, and stories. So you can find me on Instagram at I am Canadian Famous.
Huge thank you to Randy McCharles, Robin Van Eck, and Nicole Zylstra for joining me today and for giving us a look at the past, present, and future of When Words Collide. It is running August 14th to 16th, 2026 at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Calgary. You can find details, registration, and the full schedule at whenwordscollide.org. As always, my name is Chris Corvan. You can find me everywhere at Chris of the Void. This has been Dripping Creativity Podcast, part of the House of Void Network. Thank you all. Remember, stay creative, stay inspired, and until next time, see ya.